Hi guys, welcome back to the Wemery. We are in my peat and my corn crop breeder bins today to give them their 18th feeding. We were just in our mini worm bin and I found a frog, and we have little peepers that hop around here, so if you see me jump and scream like a little schoolgirl, it's because I just bumped into one of them. We are in the peat bin, and let's get the light going so we can see what we're doing here. It's been 2 weeks since we were in there. I have come in and I have given them some liquids in the interim. We got baby wormies on the lid, which is a good sign that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And there's wormies hanging out on the top. Let me set this down and grab the rake and just dig in a little to see how the material looks. We do have a couple corn cobs buried in the peat bin for the wormies to use as a little I've never use the corn cobs as little places to deposit and rub their cocoons off on. Early on, we were doing real good in the breeder bins. We had lots of cocoons that we could see, and we had lots of wormies. But I think the wormies have slowed down a little bit. Maybe they're sensing that their population and the numbers are doing better. I don't know. I'd have to count them to find out. I know these little boxes are a little small for breeder boxes, and you're supposed to have bigger areas to breed the worms in, but hey, whatever. We were just attempting to try something new. We had the wormies we had the numbers of wormies to mess with, so I think they're doing good. They're not struggling, that's for sure. I think that they're still making numbers, but to know that final answer, you'd have to count them, I would assume. I don't know. We're not going to harvest this bin. We're going to keep going with the breeder bins, and one of these days we're going to have to pull it apart and count them and see if they're making more numbers or not. They're not using the edges of the bins like they were, which is a good thing. Keeping the wormies where they're supposed to be is a good thing. Oh, there is a worm up there. Huh. There hasn't been worms up there in a while. He's heading for the wrong way, too. I gotta catch him. Hold on. Go, buddy. You're going the wrong way. You gotta go in the bin. Not away from the bin. Let me grab this top covering off so that he has, easy access downward. There's moisture on there. Maybe one wormy hiding up here. Maybe not. It's just dried on. Come on, buddy. I don't want to tap you off. Come on. Keep going. Get off the wall. There you go. Back to where you're supposed to be. Sorry guys, I got a little bit of an ant issue in here. Well, stupid Sugar ants is what we call them. So yeah, the bin. Let me move it over so you guys can view it too. It's not hurting for moisture. It's got good amount of moisture up there. This is the corn cob. Oops, sorry about that. I flipped the light to colored. Nobody else is up in the little pocket, so not sure where that little guy was headed to. But yeah, the material in there looks good. I don't see any wormies on the top, but that's probably because they're down below. Good amount of wormies. Good amount of wormies over on that side. I think the ones that are in this corn cob material have more food than the ones in the peat. So I think that instead of breeding, these guys are just more preoccupied with feeding their faces, which is not how it's supposed to be in your breeder bin. You're not supposed to have lots of food for the wormies. You're supposed to have minimal food for the wormies, and they're supposed to be doing more time doing the breeding. But like I said, these breeder bins were just a test to see how well it worked, and again, in the beginning, it was working. At the moment, I think we're just pretty much on a steady course. Alright guys, that will conclude the 18th feeding of the worm bin. I do want to note something that you guys, you keen people may have noticed. We got a slight colorful background now. We had to put some reflective material because the bins were getting a little warm when the sun was coming up, and the sun was overhead while there was no leaves on the maple tree. I had one of the bins saying that it was 102, which was just a lie. It was in the low 80s, so I had to put some reflective material up to keep the sun off of the bins, and we put another piece up on top of here, and then I put a little piece on top of the tube here, and that really cuts out a lot of the light, and also maybe helps with a little bit of the drying process, because these lids again aren't shut because I don't have holes in the bins, and these bins really don't seal very well even when you do have the lid closed. But to give them as much oxygen as they need, I did have some plastic coverings on them, which are going to be covering off of the wood and the coffee bin, because I think we eventually want to harvest them, and yeah, they're very wet. We'll be talking about them in the next video, but yeah, I wanted to bring up the reflective background. Alright guys, thank you for watching the update on the breeder bins.